That is where we begin today's show with the news out of Dallas, and we're joined by our senior insider, Shams Charania. So, Shams, how did the Mavericks decide that now was the time to let go of general manager Nico Harrison?
Like at the start of the season, the Mavericks felt was a tailspin, a 3-8 start. If it was flipped, if we were looking at 8-3, Nico Harrison would not be fired. But he set the standards of competing for a championship. He said after making the Luka Doncic trade that time will tell about whether he was right. He said even in April, after the Kyrie Irving injury that he was going to miss most of the season with, that they're going to have championship contention ability this season. It's been neither. They've been one of the worst teams in the NBA. And the Mavericks and owner Patrick Dumont took the first step in personally accepting accountability of the potential mistake that they made and agreeing and admitting the mistake that they made in trading Luka Doncic away 9 months ago. And as one source told me today, listening to our fans and what the fans have wanted has been an outcry. And so that process starts now. They can't unwind it to get Luka Doncic back, but the start of taking accountability has begun in Dallas.
Okay, so they're flipping to a new page here within the Dallas Mavericks organization. And Shams, oftentimes there's videos that are circulating online that we sort of put to the side. They don't mean much. But right now, there's a video online of Patrick Dumont, and there's a fan who's wearing a Luka Doncic jersey. And there's a little bit more to this story. What exactly is going on there?
Malika, within this conversation with the fan and this interaction that Patrick Dumont, the Mavericks governor, had is, I'm told he told the fan that we're going to be taking accountability. We made a mistake and we're going to do the right thing. And that obviously ended up being Nico Harrison being fired here Tuesday morning. And I'm told Patrick Dumont held meetings all day Tuesday and told staffers he's accountable as well, admitting he's responsible as well for what's happened. And that was giving Nico Harrison the green light. It was Nico Harrison's trade. It was his idea. He's the one that came up with this, but he somehow convinced Patrick Dumont got alignment internally on executing this. And Patrick Dumont took accountability that he was the one that was also liable with giving the green light. And now the unwinding process begins for the Mavericks.
So
they should have never traded Luka. Worst trade. One of the worst trades. Got to be top 5 worst trades in the NBA. Like, man, that's crazy. Like, especially with the way Luka's been playing since he's been a Laker. He's been pretty awesome this year in games that he has played. I think he had like 38 the other day. Luka's Luka. And Luka's not the type of player that you just trade. Even for Anthony Davis, even for whoever you got in that trade. Luka's not the type of player that you trade. No, Luka's a franchise talent. Luka's somebody that you build around. Luka's been playing professionally since he was a teenager. He's used to the moment. He's not scared of the moment. He's not scared of the big shot. I mean, you may have had some type of gripes with his conditioning and his weight and things like that, but I mean, he obviously showed this summer that just with a little bit of effort, he can get himself into great shape and so it's just, man, he brought this on himself. I don't know what he thought, this was going to do, especially with Kyrie being hurt and missing extended time in the season. Now, AD, he's hurt, which AD consistently gets hurt for some reason. It didn't look like AD had the best conditioning this offseason as well. So, and then the owner should take accountability because, you let your general manager convince you to make one of the dumbest trades in NBA history. And, you 3-8, it's 11 games out of an 82-game season. So you have time to turn it around and try to get yourself into a good position to go into the playoffs. But and I mean, you did pick up Cooper Flag. Like Cooper Flag, it's obvious that it's going to take him time to get going as a pro. And I wouldn't compare Cooper Flag with Luka Doncic, not just yet. Two totally different players. Obviously, two totally different styles. I see they was trying to I'm sure they have Cooper Flag as some type of point forward position to where they're trying to make him emulate Luka, but it's only one Luka Doncic, and he plays for the Lakers now. So, and as you see, LeBron hasn't played this year, and the Lakers are doing pretty well, even with LeBron out, with just Austin Reeves, Luka, and Le, Le, what is it, Lavera? What is his name? They're 8-3, so they're the complete opposite of what's going on. Laravia, I'm sorry, Laravia. But yeah, they've been playing pretty consistent. And then looking last night, man, Luka's getting everybody involved. Austin Reeves getting everybody involved. Looks like Aiton is, still coming along and being a little force down there for them. And Marcus Smart, they have Marcus Smart over there, so that's a veteran in that locker room and on the floor that's been in big games himself and has won at the highest levels. And then you got Rui, who's continuing to be Rui, someone that's been consistent. And yeah, so just pretty terrible. The only thing I say the Lakers is missing is maybe one more player off their bench um, that can come in and hold the lead down when they have a lead, or come in and bring a little spark when they need a spark. They're probably missing like one more player, and who that player is, I'm not sure right now, but they're missing like one more player, I feel. But I like what they've been doing. Even when Luka was out, I mean, Austin Reeves shows that he can get down and dirty and gritty with it, and lead the team in scoring and all type of things like that. He shows that he's one of those unstoppable scorers for the Lakers. So just a very, very dumb trade. Like, just can't believe they traded Luka like that. Let's see what they have to say on PTI.
Dallas Mavericks, here we go. Today finally made the move that Tony's been predicting, obsessing over since February, firing general manager Nico Harrison. Fan chants of fire Nico, you can hear them. They rained down last night in a loss to Milwaukee, in which the Mavericks blew a 13-point lead to fall to 3-8. Their worst start in 7 years. Tone, you said Harrison's trade of Luka should lead to his firing.
Yes.
It has now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it justified? I'm sure you'll say it is.
It is, yeah.
But how do you feel about the timing?
Well, let me get to the justification.
Okay.
Is it justified? It should have happened a long time ago. It's late. Okay, that's the worst trade I have ever seen in my life.
There are many who would concur.
Just a terrible, terrible trade. And by the way, where have you ever seen a hometown crowd chant for the firing of a GM? Like, they don't even know the names of GMs most of the time.
Yeah, this is bad.
That is amazing. That's
Tony,
an amazing thing.
The home games are depressing. If you talk to people who were there in Dallas, they come away thinking, oh my God, this was unpleasant. That's how bad it is.
So let me go to the trade again. So he trades Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Luka Doncic, a great player and a fan favorite, right? Anthony Davis gets hurt all the time, and his derisive nickname is Street Clothes. Yeah. Okay, and so now Luka's team, without LeBron playing a minute, is 8-3, and that's pretty much all Luka. And Dallas's team is 3-8. They're 3-8 at the moment. And the worst part for Dallas, for ownership, is that people have stopped going. They're being hurt in the pocketbook. So they had to do this, and they should have done this before.
I feel bad because the trade is not a trade that any of us, it seems, would have made. I don't get to know Nico a little bit. Nico Harrison didn't do this by himself. And I'm not going to sit here and act like he did it by himself.
The owner has to agree.
Because I know better.
Owner has to agree.
The owner didn't just agree. The owner was involved, okay? That's what I'm told, and I know, and I'll bet on that every day.
But he's not going to fire himself.
No, he's not going to fire himself.
No.
And so Nico has to take accountability. I'm not saying he shouldn't.
That's right.
And the home games, I've started to watch Dallas because I thought if Anthony Davis was out there, God help me, if Cooper Flag was great away as the number one choice,
Not yet.
and he isn't.
Not yet.
And this notion of him playing point guard, Jason
No.
Kidd, a great coach. I don't know what the hell that's about. Because he ain't a point guard, and he ain't going to never be a point guard
And
ever.
Kyrie Irving
okay?
is not playing.
Kyrie's hurt and not there. And all those players on that team, P.J. Washington, Derek Lively, they're all dependent on a playmaking guard, and that ain't Cooper Flag.
They had one.
So it's doomed.
They had two.
They had two.
They had two. Now they have
none.
Now they have none. And that
And it's
trade,
sad.
that trade hangs over that team and
It
that
does.
building like a curtain.
It does.
It's terrible.
It does. I just don't want to hear Nico being here. Where's the owner? Where's he? Take some accountability.
I'll tell you
You're
where
the billionaire.
I'll tell you where the owner
billionaire bully. Take some blame.
The owner is the guy who just fired.
And he's hiding
Nico.
behind Nico.
Yeah, just you know, I guess that's the position the owners can play where they can they can hide behind the GM and just blame it all on the GM but it took more than just the GM to agree to that trade. Terrible trade. Everything they said is that's what us as watchers and viewers of the NBA thought, and it's just starting to play out now. Hopefully they can get Cooper Flag back into more of his natural position, or maybe put him at the 3. Of course they're gonna keep PJ out there, Gafford, Lively, this is crazy. What a way to set a franchise back. And then this franchise, from my understanding, has a new ownership. So, anytime I see new ownership, especially the ownership that they have, I get to thinking man, maybe this team might be on the move or something, So you just never know. But they still have time to kind of turn it around. Cooper Flag still taking his licks as a rookie, so he should continue to get better because he has a whole lot of talent. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. So if you like this content, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, this is Justin Paul. Peace.